Okay, Senyo OSP.
I'm confused. I have to call my brother Edu for further particulars because it's not regular of him. He's been at the forefront fighting for.
I've heard about it, but I have only now confirmed it, double confirmed.
Unless, of course, both parties seem to enjoy what happens, then you can want to enjoy it, but you're doing it at the risk of harmony and legitimate representation of the people. It's not about you guys. It's about the general democracy and the governance of our country. You know, the OSP matter is a very interesting matter. Let's go back to the Constitution. Let's look at the preamble of the Constitution. It actually commits us, and it says solemnly, though, to freedom, justice, probity, and accountability, the rule of law, protection of fundamental human rights, and definitely democratic governance. This is a pledge that our Constitution actually starts with. It defines clearly for us the values for which our democracy should be built, on which our democracy should be built. So when we really want to honor the pledge and our commitment to that, to the Constitution, we must realize that the fight against corruption is actually infidelity to it. It's our duty and our responsibility. It's actually even captured in the directive principles of state policy in Article 41F. Citizens must protect and preserve public property and expose corruption. 35 also says that the state shall take steps to eradicate corruption and abuse of power. 37, the state shall secure and protect a just and free society. The OSP is not luxury. It is a constitutional necessity and a response to all of us, our agitation for a just and fair society. Corruption has been at the heart of the dwindling confidence in democracy. We mustn't forget that. Year in, year out, when we do these reviews, confidence in democracy seems to be dipping. That's why the likes of our neighbors up north will come and visit, and then there's rapturous excitement. We must be careful what we are doing. So today, for us to start asking for a repeal is actually a total retreat in this fight against corruption. But furthermore, you look into it and ask, so who are actually shouting and saying that we should repeal this? Are they not the people who are likely the same targets or the same culprits who breach our Constitution, for which the OSP would now have to exercise its power to recover sums and actually ensure proper accountability as captured in our Constitution? So the potential victims of, or don't use the term victims, they're not victims. The potential targets for which corruption is a problem are the ones who are shouting. And you know, it was quite unfortunate that Mama Ayaraga was at the forefront of it because he was one of the first customers of OSP. I think he should have recused himself from that conversation totally. And I also disagree with Mama that I don't enjoy prosecuting people. I think he didn't intend to say that. Mr. President, you must enjoy prosecuting people because that is the calling. It's not because we will harass you. The Constitution enjoins you and requires of you to ensure accountability and justice. It requires of you to fight corruption. So it is not something that you shouldn't enjoy. You should enjoy doing your job. It's as simple as that. I expect the politicians to rather rally. And you know the funny thing? This is not something that was just an NDC matter. It was an MPP matter and an NDC matter. When the political class come together and are fighting something that is supposed to stop them from abusing the offices that we entrust them with, then you know that that institution is an institution that should rather be protected. I think that we should legitimately be discussing reforms on how to make this institution efficient and effective. Not for us to be ganging up and creating unnecessary distress, and more importantly, depleting public trust. And I have a message for the NDC folks. I beg you. We do respect the fact that you have what we call a supermajority, but remember what the Constitution reminds you, right in Article 1. That what power emanates from the sovereignty and the will of the people. It is not yours. It's not your party private property to be sitting in parliament. You are there representing us. So when you are exercising...
Why are you looking at Victor? He's not in parliament.
It's not in parliament. He's a good man, but technically he's the one representing the NDC here, so he can carry the message. Unfortunately for him, he's a very good man, though. You know, he's worked very hard for his party. I was expecting to see him in places, but don't worry, it's still service. The president said it's not all in appointment.
You are the second person this week I've heard say this about him.
This man worked hard. For God's sake. For God's sake, we were all here. His advocacy was par excellence.
Okay, let's not digress.
Anyway, his people should listen well. So look, I want to appeal to you people. Don't abuse the power that you think you have. The power you have is our power. You are representing us. You are not representing yourselves. That you wake up and when you feel emotionally down by something or by somebody attacking a friend of yours, you can come and start deciding what we, the people, have fought and advocated for and are determined to protect. You will lose the focus and the goodwill you have.
Mahama Ayariga, the speaker, who were also vocal on the OSP and calling for a repeal. This is not new. This has been their position since the law was being made in 2017. So what is new? Except that people are saying, well, Mahama Ayariga was one of the first victims of the OSP's prosecutions. And
he was one of the first customers.
Even though under Kissie Jabeng, he got a reprieve.
A reprieve.
Yeah.
You see, that is the problem. The politicians are fighting OSP largely because they cannot control it. That's as simple as that. They don't want OSP because they can't control the OSP. But what people must realize when you actually have this superior majority at every point in time is that it's meant for you to constructively transform the space and lives of us and the governance sphere that we have. It's not for your party convenience. So that is not it. What is the power? What is it for? Apart from transforming and helping people. What is it for? We want to have a certain governance frame. We want to have a certain society that we are all aspiring to. So even when you're in opposition, you can have that the resources of these states are optimized. Then you hear some arguments about the cost of running the place. I say, please, it's a new institution. All those things that people have put up the budget, you people put up something, you say 50% releases. Your releases are even wrong. Because releases are not necessarily payments.
My name is Julia. I'm the CEO of Hello Prenup and Massachusetts Family Law Attorney. Hello Prenup is the first digital platform.
But your actual payments, go and look at it. It's less than that 50%. It is less than that. Can we compare that monies we've funded OSP with the $3 billion that we've estimated corruption to be, which you and I can sit here and roughly estimate that's even higher?
3 billion each year.
Each year. And my brothers, let's not do this to ourselves. Let's not cut our
But that's the complaint. That's the complaint. You have been set up to plug these holes, and we are not seeing the fruits. That's the question.
Something. Let's take the timelines. I really wanted to pick up some timelines. Kissi got into office for 2021. Hamidu came into office sometime 2018. He was practically the only man in the office. He had 15 men or so who were given to him, seconded from other institutions. By the time Kissi came there in 2021, everybody had to go back to their places. They had to now restart the place. They just got, it was just last year or 2 years ago, in 2023 or so, that they got the full
barely 2 years ago.
Barely 2 years ago that they had that. Now you have people. You now have to train them. You have to now build a culture. You actually even need to start setting up an office. You remember where their office used to be? They didn't even have a cell or anywhere to even hold anybody. And at the same time, the same OSP was trying to attack, was trying to go after the police or the security services because of that recruitment scam. Now those people to collaboration became a problem. You are aware that even the OSP was banned from using a siren by the police, true or false? Aren't you aware? You said that thing, you were talking about what you know, but I'm asking you, aren't you aware?
Part of the reason Sami Darko was arrested.
Exactly. You know this. So what does that tell? It tells you antagonism from the same security agencies who would have cooperated with the OSP. So the OSP is just getting settled and getting its act together. Cases have now been filed. Let's give them space. Let's give them time. Let's encourage them. Those who sit back and read their charge sheets and you see the charge sheet, oh, no, this guy hasn't done this thing well. He hasn't done this part. Please, it is an accessible place. Send them your technical recommendations. If it makes sense, they will take it. If it doesn't, they won't take it. And nobody is Lord unto himself. Nobody is perfect. All right, but let's rather help the institution find its feet. We have not had a dedicated institution for corruption. Today, I have to admit, we have one of the finest AGs we could have. You look at the way he's handling his cases, it's beautiful. And I think there are learnings there for the OSP. No two ways about that. But it's a political appointee. How is he, will he be able to go after his own at any point in time? If he has to go after the president, will he be able to go? There are legitimate constraints with the AG's structure, which led to some dissatisfaction and encourage all of us to advocate for this independent institution that helps us really pursue and operationalize that task that we all have in the Constitution, to fight corruption, to ensure accountability, to ensure justice. And that is a call on every one of us sitting here as citizens, as our duty. Let the OSP be. Repealing is a retreat against corruption.
Interesting. Kwame.